How are you, koi lovers? It's Keith here, Kenty, and by the pond finally. It's New Year's Eve, so the 31st of December 2021, and the weather's absolutely beautiful today. We've got rid of that dreary, crappy, wetty, horrible stuff, and hopefully we're going to get some sunnier weather just to help the spirits. And I've got the glass off today just to have a look. I've just cleaned the filter out, dumped it, cleaned there's two socks on a pipe splitter here, so it goes through my filter into two socks. Clean those out, and I've taken the ammonia blocker out. Can't remember what it's called now, but I honestly can't remember what it's called. It collects ammonia, and then you give it a saltwater wash, and it removes it and cleanses. Removes the ammonia, and it makes these like stones ready to use again. Well, I've took those out and I've got them in my greenhouse at the bottom of the garden, soaking in salt water to give it a good cleansing, and I'm going to keep using that, but in my grow on. So I've got to put them in there somehow, so I might have to put them in one of the shower boxes, I don't know, or just hang it in the actual pond itself. Now what I have got here for is I've got some sinking food. So the fish are in, and what I do, I've got sinking because I can feed this when the skimmer line's on, when it goes over the top of my shower. So, and what I do, I give it a good throw in and it should sink. Some of it floats, you get the odd piece, and I've normally got a little stick next to it and I'll just tap it. So there they are. Water's nice and clean. Gives you a good opportunity to look at your fish, especially when you've got covers on and things like this. That's why I got a glass panel here, so I can just whip this glass panel off. The condensation goes off quite quick, so that's good, and gives you a good look at the fish. Now I've noticed a couple of them, the ones that went into winter with a little bit of marks on the side, the marks seem to have developed a bit, and they're getting that it's like a fungus beginning with S, and it's kind of grows like a greeny yellowy fungus on top. So it's very close. I'm going to have a look at my notes, and this weekend, probably tomorrow, this pond is going to get salt in there because the plants have died back now, apart from that Zabrinus grass, I can't remember what it's called. And I've got 25 kilo sack there, so I think that'll pretty much all go in here. I'll chuck the lot in, and yeah, that'll be that treated, and then obviously it will water down, and then by March hopefully a lot of it would have, because of the trickling and out, would have gone out of the system, and then it'll be that much of a lower rate by the time the plants start growing. Hopefully the idea is they won't be affected, but you can't have both. You can't have the best of both worlds, can you? So yeah, and another thing I want to show you, cheers, lovely bee cup. Sorry, slurp, 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 slurp. My in-pond thermometer, there's a sensor inside, and it basically captures high and lows. Well, it still works, but I've noticed for the last 6 months the battery drains so quick. It'll last about 3 days. So, treated myself to a new one yesterday. And the one that I found, and I thought I'd have a punt on, $29.99, is the Inkbird. 9.5 in there at the moment. And the good thing about this one is it's got an app with it, and on the app there's numerous settings on there, so you can track and scale the temperatures, and it can go from 1 minute up to an hour and a half sequences. I've got it set to every 5 minutes. So what I'll do is I will put, once you guys are seeing this, just by magic, some photos are going to pop up now. of what I'm talking about. I don't know what the longevity will be. What I do know is on this one, unlike the other one, the actual seal seems better. When you tighten it up, you can feel the rubber compressing. So I'm hoping that, because this is meant to be for obviously water, it could be spas, I don't know, cool baths. I suppose there's all sorts of situations could be using it, but something like this, I wouldn't want it to be getting splashed on and submerged in that. From what I have seen with the other one, ultimately it will fail at some point. So I'm hoping I at least get the manufacturer's warranty out of this, or at least a couple of years out of it. Like I say, the batteries are the main problem. On the other one, they just seem to, for some reason, all of a sudden the actual unit is just drawing so much power out of the batteries, they drain that quick. So I'm hoping these last longer on this one. I haven't got rechargeables in there at the moment, but I have got some. So the last time it became that much of a problem, I thought normal batteries will last a good few months, which I didn't mind, but they didn't. So I quickly swapped over to rechargeables. So the hassle was taking it out and putting the rechargeables in, which to keep it going weren't too bad. But recently that has gone down to every couple of days now, and I thought with having the top on, it's not a problem. In the summer, when there's plenty of maintenance going on, your hands are in there all the time and you're passing a lot more, it's not as much, you know, it's not as much of a problem. Just keep swapping the batteries out, rechargeable batteries every couple of days. So I'm hoping that this will be better. So far, looking at it, it does seem a better material, does seem better built. So there you go, I'm hoping. And what it does is it flashes from the maximum temperature I've had, 25.4, and I'll set it up just minimum, which is quite a nice feature. Minimum, maximum, and then top current, and then there's a battery symbol. So yeah, I'm hopeful for that. So apart from that, the next part of this video, because it's only 7 minutes, I might actually save this and cut it so you'll see now the salt video. So I may be duplicating what I say now just in case. If I save the video next part of this for another day, which I don't think I will, I'm going to be giving you season's greetings for the new year, probably twice. Just take it. It's New Year's Eve. Hope you had a fantastic New Year's Eve. Hope you have a fantastic New Year. Hope you have a fantastic New Year's Day. So this will be going around about New Year's Day, I think. And hope the new year brings you lots of happiness. If it doesn't bring you happiness, then I hope it brings you strength. Hope it brings you everything needed to get you through life, which can be struggles at times, as we all know. I hope you get koi ponding. Look at the bright side of life. Once the door closes, there's always an opening of something else. There's always something. If you look hard enough, and it doesn't take much if you've got the right mentality with life. You don't need to look hard. I can just sit here now and do it myself, and I'll show you. You know, simple pleasures, looking at the koi. Just enjoying being in the moment of the sun. Bird song, bird feeders, looking at growth, things in flower. They give you strength this time of year. Look at that in flower. It's so easy if you're in the right mindset to find these positives in life. So on that note, Happy New Year. So here we are. So right, the salt, here we go. Now a lot of people will say koi aren't saltwater fish. No, they're not. but they are freshwater fish, but they do reside in places which have got low levels of salt. So they can withstand salt. So I'm going to be putting in the salt, and the ratio that I've gone for, the amount, is 8.1 kilo to 2,200 gallons, and that should be 370 gram per 100 gallon. Now at that ratio, that is for an article that I seen, which is apparently a good level if you do have sensitive plants. So it makes common sense that the normal, that is a 50% dose, so I'm expecting this to be about 1.5%. I've got my salt meter, my salt pen with me, so once I've got all this salt in there, that's dissolved already, I've already weighed it out, and that is 8.1 kilo. I'll be honest with you, I put about 900 grams more because each, well, I've just weighed it out, but 900 grams is not going to make any difference really, is it? So just got to get all this in there now. Now some people will simply dissolve it. I will wash this down in a minute, but I've just got to get this in there the best way that I can. It will dissolve. This is really fine powder. It's not like normal salt that takes a lot of dissolving. So I think what I'll do is we'll just, it doesn't look like one of my best ideas. You can see how easy that dissolves, and what it will do, it will have an effect on algae in the pond, so you'll find that the algae won't be as bad, keep the pond cleaner. So it's a bit difficult to do with one hand, guys, so I think what I'm going to do is just let it go. But God, that stuff dissolves quick. So we could put it in your shower, your filter. Sorry for the shape. And I think this last, what I'll do is this last lot, and we'll just woo! God, 9.5 seems really does seem cold once you've been used to high temperatures. Wow, you cannot stand that for long. That's it, my hands are, wow. Now I can't. What I'll do, there we go. Salt pen's getting wet. Upset my balls now. So that goes down the greenhouse at the bottom. What's that, my balls? Now, I'm envisaging that these pond balls will actually, you see where the water's been, that's where my ear is, and obviously the water bubbles come up, fractionate a little bit, probably at night time, foam a little bit, and then that's where we're getting these, because that's where the bubbles are popping. See? And I've got a feeling that in a week or two that scum will be a bit cleaner, because I think the water will be clearer, you know, not clearer but got more pure with the salt in it. We all know that salt solutions do your skin, you know, if you've had salt baths and things like that, we all know that it does a lot of good. So on that note, let me see what the Koi Medic pen comes up with. I'm just going to just dissolve all this. I didn't want anything on there, didn't I? Okay. Do. Right, so you press that button, it starts flashing, you put it in there and it will say read, and then it will beep when it's ready, I think. And that at the moment is coming back at 0.05. So people will probably say that that won't do a lot. But anyway, I will wait till it circulates. So we're looking about 0.05. Topical treatments, I think for short periods, the recommendation is 0.3. Is it 0.3 or 0.03? Check that, don't take my word for it. Can't remember off the top of my head. And if I could have a quick look at my notes why that's on, I don't think it will work, but I think it's 0.3 with one of these pens. So that's it. 9 kilos of salt is in. It's amazing how much salt you need to change the percentage in the water. It's a hell of a lot of salt. I mean, that was three quarters of a bucket of salt. 9 kilos. So you can imagine to get anywhere near 0.3, and if you're going to this high level, then you're going to need a lot more. And it takes a lot to get the percentage in, but it also takes a lot for the salt to come out of the system. So yeah, I'll watch that now. Hopefully the 9 kilos of salt that is in the water now, there is a slight saltiness to the water, and hopefully the fish skin will affect them a little bit, and hopefully I won't see no adverse reaction to the plants, especially this one here. It's evergreen, the other ones have died off anyway. And if there's not, what I might do my own test and just keep increasing by 3 kilos at a time and just see how much they can take until they are affected. But you know, sometimes people have already done that, and the recommendation that I saw was 270 grams for sensitive plants. Now I'm not sure whether they are sensitive plants or not. That plant there might be as tough as old boots, I don't know. So this is where you got to err on the caution side, with caution. Apart from that, there's not a lot in there. There's the what I call the monkey plant is in there, that's doing well at the moment, and there's cuttings in my plant filter at the bottom in my grow on, so that might be sensitive. I don't know. They're the only two that are still growing. All the rest have died off, or you know, that needs cutting back now, that grass, and then it will get new shoots in. So it still continues to grow because, you know, it's obviously you've got roots and stuff, so you've got to be careful if you've got plants. And I have, unfortunately, or not unfortunately, they're bloody great, I love them. So, but I just thought, get to a low level, and hopefully that bit of salt in there will just help them ones with a bit of fungus on the side, and just keep them ticking over. Thanks for watching. Happy New Year.